like 2 of their shirts, for sure.
You do? I have
They're
seen you
coming
wear
into
those.
Phoenix soon.
Okay. Well, let me know. Let me know. I know Flea's stoked right now because the Lakers are up 3-2 over Warriors.
I have been hearing a lot about that too.
Yeah. Are you big sports guy?
No, not anymore.
Suns in 4. I'm
Okay.
joking. It doesn't matter. Connor O'Sullivan. Let's see what we got. Connor O'Sullivan coming down the hill. That RTS.
Another E46.
Another BMW for your drifting diet. Bavarian Motorworks. All right, coming out of that start chicane. Getting them used to that as Connor O'Sullivan, RTS GT Radial E46. Good initiation there. Big angle from Connor O'Sullivan. Oh yeah, now into the outside zone 1, excuse me. Really ripping up the hill, outside zone 2. Oh, gets into the dirt, flirting with the dirt, but I'll tell you what, absolutely pitted right now. Really aggressive driving from Connor O'Sullivan. Now back into inside clip 3, knocks it over. I mean, too close for missiles, switching to guns. That was absolutely aggressive out of the gate. Well done there by Connor O'Sullivan.
That was a really
room for correction.
Aggressive run.
Yeah,
I guess. Probably one of the more aggressive runs we got so far, especially coming in there at initiation, using all that angle, that RTS E46, coming back up the hill, feeling that outer zone beautifully. Comes a little deep in the outer zone too, a little taste of the dirt. Sets himself up though for the inner clip 2, making it back around out of the keyhole. Getting lost in the smoke here. Okay, there we are. Touch and go. Could have been a little deeper, but knocks over that inner clip 3 and doing a little serpentine pattern back up the hill. Awesome proximity to that inner clip 1. Probably the most smoke we've seen. If that was a judge factor as far as smoke being number 1.
That is not a factor, contrary to popular belief.
Yeah, nice. Nice
signal.
arc.
It's a good
run.
It's a good indicator of throttle. We utilize that as announcers, as judges, as an indicator of throttle and throttle control. That's the biggest thing. So we'll reference it, but it's not in regards to that is a judging
factor. It's not the end all be all.
No.
Oh, we got another 83 from O'Sullivan.
An 83 for Connor O'Sullivan slides into position 2. Congratulations. Nope. First, Connor O'Sullivan and Casey Cole. Connor O'Sullivan, O'Sully from Fairfield, Connecticut. Casey Cole, Denver, Colorado. Sullivan and Cole pulling up to the line. Cole in the M-Spec S chassis. Look at that, BMW and S chassis.
I've color me shocked, Jared.
Yeah, it's so many. But like you said, the aftermarket has really doubled down on getting parts for many different chassis and manufacturers and everything. So let's see what we got here. O'Sully coming down the hill. Cole giving him chase. Sun's out, guns out. Of course, it's definitely drying out. O'Sully, the RTS BMW coming back up the hill. See a quick little correction. You see that shimming into outside zone 1. Gets outside zone 2. Cole, oh, big correction there from Cole. Cole straightens out. He does reinitiate, but that is going to hurt him. Cole shutting it down here. That M-Spec performance.
Wow. Got to give it to O'Sullivan here. That's probably one of his best runs of the weekend. He really stepped it up there.
Really well done there from O'Sully.
Let's take another look here. I really like the initiation. Cole made up some ground here as O'Sullivan brings it around here. I thought he was going to get close to that kill leader, but he keeps it together. Gains some ground here, past the touch and go, getting through outer zone 1. O'Sullivan, a little shallow angle there, filling out over zone 2. Cole, I thought he was going to go for the pass there for a second, but it looked like his car understeered, ripped up, and said, not today. But also, Jared, want to note that he was, after that crash in practice that wasn't broadcasted, he's been having steering issues, and he was telling me earlier today, he brings his car in full lock, he's got to get a little stab of the handbrake to bring it out of, it's over centering. So he's really got to drive through that, and it looks like he couldn't make it happen in that instance, so it's unfortunate.
Some great insight there. Thank you, Matt. Here we go. Casey Cole will now lead, and that's where it gets precarious for Connor O'Sullivan when he's in the chase position. If you get a straight in like that, you can't go anywhere, so you kind of want to back off a little bit, you know?
Yeah, you know, he's at such an advantage here that he's got to be present. So you got to find that balance, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, a lot of action going on, spinning out things, straightening out, going uphill. You know, you got to think about spec tire. Do they have enough tire to get up there? You know, and a lot of these cars, I mean, shoot, the young buck cage is running like 450 horsepower or something like that. So,
yeah, it's a very factory car when you take a closer look at it.
So here goes Casey Cole. We're talking about O'Sullivan. Does he back off at all? Well, Mike, as you said earlier, see? To my point, exactly. See, to come out of that, you'd have to stab it, and he didn't have enough.
Yeah.
It didn't have enough.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because he was so pumped. He's probably one of those guys where he's following that. My motto is victory loves preparation, and he's been prepping his car for weeks, and he said it was so dialed, and then his first lap out there, it got ruined. Like he just tossed it up and threw it away, and he had to start over with a less than stellar chassis. Or not a less than stellar chassis, but just a less than stellar setup to get through the weekend. And unfortunately, that's just the way the cards fall. So
yeah, it's just abused. You know, you run it through its paces, you get some bad luck, and sometimes they say, you know, it's better to have good luck than be good. So
yeah, we'll see how Casey's got a pretty straight initiation here, getting nice and wide, very good throttle usage through the inner clip one, nice and close to the touch and go. Doesn't have to get close there. Didn't get as close to the outer zone one. Blinks in here, he's at full lock, and you can kind of see the tires either snap back and just would not come back around for him. He's got to pull angle out of the car to get past that inner clip too. O'Sullivan avoiding another collision here, so good job on him for doing that, and he'll be on his way to the top 16 later today.
Let's make it official. Unfortunately for Cole, he's going to be knocked out because they are sliding all left for Connor O'Sullivan, making his way into top 16. Congratulations, Connor O'Sullivan. All right, so Davis is going to go against one of these gentlemen, Connor O'Sullivan versus Dustin Miles. You know, I love just some drivers that just slowly creep up, make some noise, and just progress over the years, or even just super recently. It's really great to see a new field of drivers.
Yeah, sooner or later they overcome being that underdog or that sleeper cell.
Yeah, yeah. Jacob said it. He calls it like Gen 1 drivers, kind of Gen 2, and you see that with, you know, action sports. If it's skateboarding, you know, from like, you know, obviously like Dogtown and Z-Boys days into the Bones Brigade, into a Shaun White era, into now like a Nyjah era. It's seasons, you know, and different generations of riders, drivers, and all those kind of things. What, do you like my analogy or no? Oh, well, I'm referencing a podcast that I listen to. So you're welcome. Jacob's over here standing, so. All right, so here we go. This is O'Sullivan and Miles. Styles for Miles will be chasing down O'Sullivan. Connor O'Sullivan, who qualified 5th. Dustin Miles qualified 21st. I feel like Miles has really got to turn it up. And he said didn't have his 2J engine ready. He's running the 1J. Yep. Connor O'Sullivan, he's got a lot of horsepower. That RTS BMW, but oh man,
overcooked it,
buddy, throwing a rooster tail. Looking like a jet boat.
Oh, he's going to let him have the...
Is he going to let him have it? Yes, he is. All right, so even though Connor O'Sullivan, you know, we saw Dustin Miles go off, but he did not stop. So he got into the dirt. Connor O'Sullivan is still being judged right now.
Absolutely.
That is a full pull. There's no caution flag. There's no yellow. Even though Miles got into the dirt, he continued on. So that is a judge run for Connor O'Sullivan out front.
Not fairly certain that Dustin had 3 wheels or not, but just 2. But let's take a look here as O'Sullivan gets a nice sharp angle there, and he overcooked. Maybe a little bit of contact there. It looks like he kept 2 wheels down the pavement there, Jared, and he keeps it lit going up the course, but he did straighten out. So not much pressure there for Miles as O'Sullivan brings it around outer zone 2, wide on inner clip 1, but it's kind of a moot point at this juncture here as they come back around down the hill, getting through the touch and go. Could have gotten a little closer there. Miles still in the frame here, and Sully sending it back up the hill. Look at this sweet drone shot as it comes back to that touch and go. Good approximation to that inner clip 3, and giving a little bit of a serpentine pattern today. We haven't used that enough today. Someone deleted a bumper. I think that's Miles there.
You're deleting the bumper. What you reference that? Do you delete a lot of bumpers?
I like deleting things like that. It's just it's an analogy. I use things that you don't like. Yeah. You know.
Control delete.
Yep. Just delete.
Yeah. All right, so Dustin Miles will now lead. We're clearing up the track here. Looks like we got some gravel on course. Good opportunity to let you know that if you're coming here, or if you're here tonight, or if you're coming here tomorrow, we are selling Type S products, which Type S, the official lighting partner. You see the LEDs underneath the vehicles, official lighting of Formula Drift. And also, if you haven't seen the Larry Chen Light 360 LED video light and power bank. So yeah, that's right. It's color temperature range, 0 to 100% brightness customization, color rendering index. I mean, it's a rad power bank. Keep the party going. Let's party as we are seeing Miles out front and Osoli out back. Miles going off course there in that chase position, needs to put down a solid run in order to hold on. He's going to need Osoli to kind of make a mistake. Really good approach there by Miles. I like that. Yeah, you just saw him slide in the yellow side to the pink side, side to side, into that second outside zone. About the second hash mark on that second inside clip. Now exiting out the horseshoe. Both of them getting into the dirt. I would say Osoli got in a little bit deeper. So with that, that kind of mistake on that front one of Miles, what do you think?
I think at this point, I'm not sure if the judges considered Miles' first chase run incomplete or not, but nice mimic here coming up the hill, and Miles filling out that outer zone 1. Well, Sullivan was kind of sacrificing a little bit of angle for that proximity. Not too much, but just enough to keep him in the game. But Miles didn't go off too much there coming out of the keyhole. Sullivan kind of compromised that line a little too much, in my opinion. So we'll see which way the judges go. If Dustin did have that incomplete, then the needle will go towards Sully. So here we go, another look. Well, Sully bringing it up in the chase as Miles fills out the outer zone 1, gets fairly close to outer zone 2, keeping it tight about the second hatch mark. Sullivan put on the pressure as they come out of the keyhole, gets a couple tires off there, coming back down the hill, pouring on the throttle, touch and go, and O'Sullivan getting it nice and wide there in the chase. Serpentine pattern up.
All right, let's see what we got here. Is that you? Dustin Miles waiting for the outcome. All right, Connor Osoli, Dustin Miles, who's moving on? It looks like, ooh, we got one more time. One more time.
One more times.
All right, so Dustin Miles lives to see another day. Chris Ewell, you went with Connor Osoli. The other two judges going one more time. And if we could, their headset over there, Ryan Lantain, elaborate if you could. What's that?
One of you guys that did the one
Yeah,
more
one
time.
of y'all. Brian,
Flip a coin.
Ryan, somebody with a Ryan in their name. So Ryan Lantain, going to you, want to see, elaborate there, going one more time.
Yeah, in the chase position, both drivers had incompletes. And when that occurs, we have to go to we default to the lead runs. And that's why we got the side-by-side to look at both lead runs once again, because we need to default to the lead runs to find a winner when both drivers incomplete in the chase. And once we were comparing the lead to lead, they were very similar. Brian and I both felt the same way, that they both made similar mistakes. And
all right, here we go. So we are seeing Connor O'Sullivan and Dustin Miles for the one more time battle. Connor Osoli out front. Dustin Miles in the chase position. Connor Osoli, RTS BMW, big angle there from him. Wow, that was a really, really good initiation. He is looking pro caliber right now, my friends. Connor Osoli, whoa, oh. Dustin Miles comes in hot, bangs on the door, but look at that, Connor Osoli continues on as Dustin Miles spins, but Osoli, dude, he found some special sauce in between that first battle and now.
No doubt. Turned up the wick for sure, Jared. That was impressive. All the noises, all the good things happening there. Really good effort from Miles there. I was impressed him how he kept up with him, especially coming up into outer zone 1. Let's check it out. Awesome initiation. Awesome angle. More than 90 degrees to the run up there. Miles staying in there. Had to take out the clip a little bit to sacrifice for proximity, but excellent there. Matching his angle just enough there. Gives him a little tap, but disrupts the car to swing it around there, loops it. Sullivan coming nice and tight to the inner clip too. Now it's just a solo run from this point, coming around a little wide on the touch and go, swings it back around. He gets close to the clip where it ended up, but not where it's supposed to be, but that is okay because he's got a huge advantage right now. So now he's just got to sit back in the chase and drive with some presence.
All right, let's see what happens here. And are we gonna, there was contact. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. All right, so Dustin Miles calls a comp timeout. And we got Jonathan Hurst. He's spotting for Connor Osoli.
Oh, yeah, that's
yeah.
right.
So Jonathan was a spot
Mr.
for
Cool.
Yeah. So again, just that mind sharing. You know what's going on. You know, you got to think. Hurst has a BMW. He knows what's going on here. They're sharing travel. They're
Yep.
you know they're traveling all over, sharing resources and all those.
It's like one big web, and everyone's just kind of connected at the nose.
Absolutely. Now it is Jack Davis versus Connor O'Sullivan. Connor O'Sullivan qualifying 5th, Jack Davis qualifying 13th. On paper, Connor seems to be a little more dominant right now. We saw some great performances from him earlier, but the D-Works vehicle of Jack Davis, E36.
Basically, in drifting, you can't sleep on anybody.
All right, Connor O'Sullivan. Jack Davis back at top of the hill. Looks like they are ready to run. Yeah, O'Sully will lead. And Jack Davis in the chase. Away they go from that start chicane down the infamous hill here at Road Atlanta. 3, 2, 1, initiating at the 2 cone. Big angle there from that RTS BMW. Nice job. Looks like Jack Davis comes up a bit shallow. O'Sully taps into, almost barely catching that line. Really good execution on that second inside clip. Has to touch and go. You can see a little bit more angle from O'Sully. Whoa, buddy!
Right before the finish,
that's a roadblock, man. He got hung up.
Did he park it?
Let's run it back, dude.
I mean, Davis had really shallow angle coming out of the keyhole that whole time, so maybe he just didn't throw it enough in there to slow it down.
Let's take a look. I don't know. First glance, it looked like O'Sully might have come to not a halt, but definitely.
Yeah, he's like, you know what? You need a little punt here to get across the finish line. But
yeah, I don't know. You tell me.
All right, here we go. Jack making a good initiation, matching initiation. He's sacrificing a lot of angle almost throughout this whole run here. Sullivan not quite filling outer zone 1, gets a little into outer zone 2 to make a nice proximity there through inner clip 2. Jack, like I said, he's barely drifting at this point. He's just trying to keep up with that machine from RTS.
Ooh.
So I feel like you don't have much of a swing to put into the car there as far as momentum to swing the car around to slow it down. So he was just kind of straight lining it there. Here, another look at the initiation. Jack not having as much angle through there as O'Sullivan bringing it to the top, sacrificing the angle there, also not getting in that outer zone 1. Davis also hitting a good line there behind O'Sullivan as he brings it around here. Got a decent little mimic there, sacrificing a lot of angle and the line to speak of. So you can hear he just maybe got lost in the smoke because that was on driver's side. And
it seemed like how it works. Wrong order of operations. So Austin Mata essentially forfeits that run, and Ben Hobson gets the win. Hobson's in the final 4. Ben Hobson is advancing on into the final 4. So just a bit of a mental lapse there, unfortunately, for Austin. Definitely a great aggressive driver, but that is the end of his day, Austin Mata. So Hobson continues on, making this even closer to that perfect event. And this will be the second run of Jack Davis and Connor O'Sullivan. We had that first battle where they went against each other. So again, O'Sullivan led, Davis trying to recount that run, kind of jumping around all around here.
Spaghetti bracket.
Kind of a spaghetti factory here. Davis will lead, Connor O'Sully give a chase. Deechworks, E36, RTS. Whoa, no, look at what is going on. O'Sully, he rotates and spins out.
balls it up, threw it out the window.
And this should be a yellow flag.
Yeah, let's see if he'll shut it down here.
This should be
Unless
a
he got
caution.
out of the way.
Unless he's out of the way.
Sullivan's on the way back up the hill, so
Okay.
he's going to ring it out here, give us a show. That's going to wrap it up for O'Sullivan, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's, again, just trying to recount that first battle. There was nothing super crazy about it, if I can recall. I'm trying to recount it.
Yeah, me too.
So Davis and O'Sully on that first run. Here's the second run. So right on entry, unfortunately, O'Sully
Kind of
goes it in,
kind of
backs it
wiggling.
in.
Yeah, just couldn't keep it together. Here we go, Davis.
Oh man, crazy turn of events here. Like we're just,
Yeah.
you know, this, that, the other thing. And guess what? Here's some more.
They're like, hey,
Here's some more popcorn for the show.
just kidding.
Jack Davis gets the win. He advances.